Hi, I'm Daniel Duke. I'm going to talk to you about using our database summary of Chilean real estate properties. And by the end of this video, you'll have a lot easier time locating specific properties in specific areas of Chile. You can use the website in a variety of ways, but many find it's very informative to use the database view to gain a general idea of the ranges in land prices by region and commune. So let me explain some things about that. And I suggest you open two browsers like I have here on the screen. In one, let's open a link to the PDF view. If you don't know how to get to that, I'll back up here real quick. You can go to Information, Data, and scroll down, Public Spreadsheet View. In the other browser, I need you to open either All Properties tab or Properties by Region, because what you need to have is this Search Properties link ready. So let's pick an example from the database, from this PDF. Let's say you're just scrolling down here and you see, why is this guy only $729 per acre? So you look at the reference number. Maybe you're curious why it's so cheap. And you can just come over here to the Search Properties tab and just type in Ref 511. It's the best way to do it. So that should take you straight to it. First thing, before you click on it and get lost, just verify right here. You'll see Ref 511. Okay. So now we got this open. And we see right away that not a long description. The seller didn't give us a whole lot but a couple sentences here. And there's nothing about the water rights or wells or natural springs. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't have any, but the lack of information and the low price makes me doubtful. What else? There's no mention of electrical access. I see the transmission lines, but who knows what it would cost to connect to those. And speaking of the photos, it's not one of the lovelier plots I've ever seen. It looks a little scraggly, and it was possibly clear cut recently. But the positives are that it looks private and isolated, and it has its own road into the property, and it probably has some nice views as well. But that's about it. We just couldn't tell you much more without going out to inspect the property. So more about prices. You notice on the website it says $132,000, but over here on the PDF it says $120,000. And let me explain something about that. We're estimating the final sales price. So this $120,000, that represents the seller's asking price. But there's going to be title research fees, sales commissions, taxes, notary fees, attorney fees, etc. So generally speaking, we're trying to estimate that and do it safely. So we add 10% to the listing price, with occasional exceptions where maybe we have a minimum for the low-priced properties and maybe even a maximum on the high-priced properties. So, but more or less we're adding 10%, and that's probably a little bit high. But the reasoning is that we'd rather have you pleasantly surprised than disappointed when it comes time to close on your property. Furthermore, these are the seller's asking prices. So it's entirely possible that you'll negotiate a lower purchase price. And of course, the dollar has also been gaining against the Chilean peso, so there's that advantage as well. If you've got your calculator out, then yes, I know I could probably update the exchange rate again. But the point is, and not making any promises, but there is a good chance that your net final cost will be less than the price we've estimated on the website. Some other notes about this PDF is if you suddenly in the last row see a higher price per acre, then you could guess that it means that there's a nice house on the property, or it's an established farm in profitable production, or maybe it's one of the smaller parcels that has an ocean view or a nice lake view property. Okay, so a quick final overview of this database is column 1 is the reference number. Please use this whenever you're searching properties or whenever you're emailing us about it. It'll save us both a lot of time. Column 2 is the region. 5 represents Valparaiso. 6 is O'Higgins, and so on. And if you see an RM or an M, that means metropolitan region. In the Santiago area, we don't really look a whole lot in that area, but on occasion we see something. The next column is the commune, and that's also where we're marking them sold once we verify they've been sold. Column number 4 is the date that the seller or the agent first posted it as for sale, and so on. There's hectares, acres, price per 1,000 Chilean pesos, the US dollars price, and the dollars per acre price. That's our shared database. It's not perfect. There's probably a few errors, and there's probably some properties that we need to update as being sold that we just haven't been able to verify yet. But there it is, and we hope that you can use it as part of your education of property prices here in Chile.